Happy Monday. Happy May the 4th for all my nerds out there. Um, I want to start off this Magic Monday video with a little interesting info about me for those of you who are just getting to know me, for those of you who have been here a while but don't know me that personally yet. Um, I was a sex worker for several years. And I dabbled in a little bit of everything, from adult content to fetish work, um, dominatrix work, and other stuff. I was very, and still am, incredibly interested in fetishes, kinks, the psychology of them mainly. Um, I find there to be such raw, honest magic in all the very things that we have been made to feel are taboo and shameful and should be hidden or like locked away like some monster. I find there to be a lot of raw magical power in those things, and so I wanted to talk a little bit about sex magic a little bit with you, because I feel like this is a topic that either gets giggled at behind closed doors or hushed under the rug, or um it's really given a lot of drama. There's a lot of drama and trauma and trauma drama around it. And what has always baffled me in this realm, right? And it's just interesting because I've always been so comfortable with this topic. Not even just the magical part, but like just the overall exploration part, the explorative part. I've never been squeamish or weirded out by stuff like that. In fact, even to this day, people still come and talk to me about sex and intimacy and kinks and fetishes, the psychology, all that stuff, and I'm incredibly comfortable with it. Um, but I lost my train of thought now. This is a topic that I'm very, very passionate about. Yes, I was saying what baffles me the most is how uncomfortable we are around this topic and how taboo we have made this topic, how dramatic we make it. But yet, we're surrounded by doom and gloom all the time. We're okay with drinking our coffee while we watch people get shot in the head, and then going to work right afterwards. We will slow down our cars while on the highway when there's an accident to go and look. Um, I mean, do I have to go on? Do you understand what I'm saying? It's really incredibly freaking weird to me that we are more comfortable with violence than we are with sex and intimacy and attraction and magnetism and confidence and masturbation. Ooh, oh, what a sin! What a sin to love on yourself. It's so weird. I mean, even if we just take sex out of it, nudity is magical. There's a freedom to it. There's a comfortability in it. It doesn't have to be sexual to be enjoyed. Enjoying your own body is so wrong. Being comfortable enough to say, "Hey, I don't want to wear pants today because I'm fucking bloated," and I just want to feel less restriction in my body today. That has to be sexualized. We have to sexualize a mother who wants to breastfeed her child, saying it's inappropriate that she has her breast out because her child needs to eat. But we're okay with all the violence and all the drama and all the bullying in the world. And well, like I said, we have literally seen, as of since last year, we've seen people be murdered and have had horrible things done to them. As of February, we have found out. I mean, some of us have known. Excuse me. Some of us have known and been called crazy, but there have been many of us that have just found out as of this year that children are being exploited this way. And now we're here making memes about it and joking about Palm Beach Pete and bullshit like that. Like, we see actual sexual trauma happening right in front of our eyes, and we just go to work like it's a regular thing. But if somebody is comfortable in their sexuality, if we find out someone is a sex worker or was a sex worker, ooh, we have to, you know, lose our shit over it. When it's a consensual and should be a very natural experience to feel attractive in your own body, to feel charged and magnetic and beautiful and handsome and powerful and loved and loving and affectionate and sharing in that affection and explorative without fear. We should be able to feel those things, and it not be such a dramatic thing, such a taboo thing. You know what is taboo? Sexually harming children. You know what is taboo? That a mother has to feel like shit about feeding her child in public. You know what should be taboo? Shaming your child if they have if they're a teenager and they get pregnant, right? How many times have we heard that? I just heard that recently from someone who was told, when she was a teenager, that, oh, if you get pregnant, I'm kicking you out of the house. What? What? Are you fucking kidding me? Like, and these are the same people that are most likely pro-life too, which is incredibly fascinating to me. But if your teenager gets pregnant, you're threatening them with homelessness because they brought a life into the world, because they had sex and engaged in something powerful with someone else and made another life because of that. You want to throw them out of the house. Like, what? This is not like they're out here doing drugs, beating people up, robbing houses, and you know what I'm saying? Like, they made a life. Yeah, okay, they're young. Yeah, okay, it's stressful. Yeah, I get it. I'm a mom too, and I'm in my 30s, and it's stressful sometimes. Okay, so I can understand the stress behind that. Trust me, I get it. But the threats we sling around to our kids and to others about sexuality and things like this that should be natural, that should be invited with compassion, with understanding, with true intimacy. Intimacy is not just sexual, it's getting to know someone. It is creating a place that is safe for someone to unravel when they need to, and that's what makes sex so potent and powerful and magical too, is that it's more than just getting off. It can be a stress reliever. It can be explorative. It can be healing. I can't tell you how many times I've had an emotional moment and cried after an orgasm because I have sexual trauma. And I've had a lot of trauma in my lower chakras, the root, the sacral, and the solar plexus. All those early developmental stages of my life. There was a lot of trauma. Still is trauma that I'm working on, where I have felt used and abused and exploited, and sex opens those things up within you because it's vulnerable, because you can't just mask that. You can try. And I know we've been fooled by, things like pornography and stuff to think that certain things go down a certain way, and that's not really how it is. But behind closed doors, when we are intimate with another and even just with ourselves, that's where our innermost desires come to the surface. That's when our true emotions, our stresses, our needs, our turn ons, our wants, our longings, our dreams all come to the surface during those very intimate moments. And we can utilize the power behind that for self love, for self worth, self confidence, for healing, for manifesting. We can learn a lot from our kinks and our fetishes and our turn ons. There's psychology behind all of it. Whether you believe it or not, and you just think you're jizz on demand, okay? There is a psychology behind sex, which is why it's magical. And if you can be real honest with yourself, your sex life can be a portal and an altar space for magic too. You create life with this, and you can create so much more with it as well. The definition of orgasm, the etymology behind orgasm, means to swell with excitement, to swell with emotion. Okay. It can also mean to swell with moisture. Okay. Um, so, what makes you swell with excitement? What makes you swell with desire, with true, raw joy and pleasure? What is your relationship to and with pleasure? Even when I say that, what comes up for you? Do you feel discomfort? And if so, where? Does a memory spark? Does a poor belief surface? Pleasure is the starting point to holiness because pleasure contributes to your health. And when you feel healthy, you feel happy. And when you feel happy, you feel whole again. And that wholeness is your link to holiness. And it all starts with your relationship to and with pleasure, inviting it, allowing it to speak, trying to understand your turn ons and what that says about you, and how you can incorporate that into a living rhythm in your everyday so you feel orgasmic every day, and not just when you're in the bedroom, not just when you're playing with toys or yourself or whatever. You can bring that orgasmic feeling to life and into everything you do and everyone you engage with. When you get comfortable with what turns you on instead of turning it off all the time or segregating it to a specific time, place, um, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't have to just be sexual in the sense of it has to be reserved to a private space. It's something you feel within. There are times I will just be outside and just witnessing a beautiful sunset and I get turned on. That doesn't mean I want to have sex. I'm just turned on by the beauty and the serenity and the absolute connection to nature. I can hear a song with a mesmerizing voice or just a wonderful instrumental piece and get turned on. Okay? Figure out what turns you on and stop turning it off. And that's how you tap into a very raw, real magic within yourself that brings life to things. Now, this is going to be one of many areas I talk about. I just wanted to get you started, you know, get you sparked. And I'd like to leave the floor open now for if you have questions about this topic, areas that you need help with. And I would be more than happy to support you and be there for you, answer your questions. If there's any specific topics, uh, kinks or fetishes you have that you'd like me to dive into, how to utilize sex magic more. This is more to get your spark going because I'm not just going to teach you sex magic like in this one video. Because if you have a poor relationship with pleasure, No, we're not doing that. We're not opening you up as a portal like this to all kinds of energy when you're not fully centered, grounded, and rooted in your energetic relationship with pleasure. Okay? Like I said, sex can be healing. So invite that sexual, pleasurable energy back to the places and spaces within you that have been neglected, forgotten, abandoned, shamed, abused, exploited, um, and driven into hiding. Let that inner exhibitionist in you come out now. Don't be the observer anymore. Be the explorer. Let that part of you come out that is totally fine being seen for who you really are and what you really want. No apologies, because you're not hurting anyone. The only person you're hurting is yourself by not being honest and living in that authentic, raw, unrestrained, unchained you. I love y'all so much. I look forward to hearing from you. If you would not like to publicly comment questions, comments, feedback, you can always find me on Instagram or Facebook and message me there. Or you can email me at jpspiritualfitness@gmail.com. Love you very much. Bye for now. If you are in need of some soul to soul spiritual guidance and support at this time, right now, I am offering a solar return special offer. My birthday was just on May 2nd, and this offer is valid until May 5th. Just go to the link below to purchase the reading of your choice. I offer, at this moment, I am still offering video and phone readings. I offer a plethora of emailed readings and reports, as well as packaged emailed readings and reports. And depending on which you choose, as long as you enter the discount code BDAY36 at checkout, you'll get 25% off your purchase of any reading, any service until the 5th. So this is valid, like I said, until May 5th. This is a thank you from me to you for supporting this channel, supporting the Facebook and Instagram pages, letting me hold space for you, letting me teach you and share these messages with you. And I want to give something back in return for all of the love and support that you give me. So I will give all the details in the description below as well. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment below. Love you so very much. Bye for now.